My name is Trevor.
And this is a podcast where brothers talk about brother things. And the NBA season is back a week from today. So, of course, we came back to talk a little bit about it. Trevor, how are you doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm so excited the NBA season started. I already seen the Nuggets and the Bulls play twice in the preseason,
Yeah,
so that's tough.
yeah.
I'm good though. It's my day off. It's raining outside. I'm sleepy. I'm trying to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I
how
feel you.
how are you?
I'm doing well, man. It's actually also my day off, which is, I guess, not great for the Bills, but good for the mental health. So, it's a good opportunity to record this while we have some time. All
All right.
right. Okay, now we have the Western Conference. West,
Woo-hoo.
we, bro, in the East, you have like the A, B, C, and West doesn't start till the Dallas
Deep,
Mavericks. Isn't that
deep.
wild? We gotta put a team in
Crazy.
Anaheim or something.
The
Maybe
yeah.
not. Alberta.
The Anaheim Kings.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to kick it off with the Mavs then?
Yeah, absolutely I will. So I have the Dallas Mavericks number 6.
Okay.
Um, and honestly, I know more about the West Coast than the East Coast because my team's in the West Coast. So, I like the Mavericks a lot. Obviously, Luka is top 3 players right now. I think Kyrie's going to play really well, and I think their supporting pieces are going to play well. Christian Wood is gone, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's in LA.
Dwight Powell's still there though,
Hmm.
and all the people they got from the trade too. So I think Dallas is going to be really good this year. I don't have them in that like top 5 ranking just because I know these other teams are going to be better.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with Dallas. I actually could have had them 5. I just
They
actually
gotta prove it.
I'm gonna call it audible though. I may move them to 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, last year they were definitely the most disappointing team, I think. They missed the
Yeah.
play-in tournament. They
Yeah.
traded for Kyrie and missed the play-in tournament. So having said that, this team was hard for me to rank, man, because if it breaks right, yeah, they could be a top 5 team. Year before that, they were in the conference finals. And then they
Yeah.
missed everything. So
Yeah.
I had them number 10. They added Grant Williams, they added Seth Curry. That's pretty much it.
10.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Bro,
goodness.
I think
That's
there's just
crazy.
this was a hard one for me.
No, no, no.
I had them everywhere from 7 to 11 and settled
I
on
think this
10.
this team has to do with mental health
They have
mostly
to prove it.
because the talent's there. So I've seen like videos of Luca and Kyrie from this off season,
You seem
and they both
happier.
look very happy and very present in the
Yeah.
moment. So I'm not gonna move them to 5. I'll keep them at 6, but I still think they're way better than 10. That's crazy.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of teams that
Who
are
the who the hell do you have above them? That's what I
you
want
have
to
to
know.
see. There's a lot of teams that are kind of in that range for me. Um, but
That's
this
fair.
it
Like
took a lot of
could
moving.
be good, could be bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of those higher ceiling, lower floor teams, like the Hawks kind of the West. So
Yeah.
yeah. Next we have the Denver Nuggets. I guess I'll start, but I'll be quick because I know you probably want to talk a bit more. I have them as the 1 seed. Um, I think obviously it's going to be the Nuggets and the Suns, who are the two favorites in the West to come out. They're younger than the Suns, and they play more usually. Their stars do. Um, Probably won't be resting a ton, but they'll still find rest times. I don't think they're going to win 60 games, but I don't think anyone in the West is really going to run away with that 1 seed. So I think they'll be 1 seed again, maybe like 54 wins or something like that. Lost Bruce Brown, obviously, we already talked about that. Didn't replace him. Lost Jeff Green, didn't replace him. They got Justin Holiday. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I expect them to be really good in the playoffs and really good in the regular season.
Word. Um I think me and you were both being too not generous, too reserved with our rankings of our own teams because I had the Bulls one higher than you did.
Mhm.
You have the Nuggets one higher than I did.
You got
I
them
have the
too.
Nuggets. Yeah, I have them as number two. I think another team's gonna win more games than them. But the Nuggets
The
basically
Rockets.
have you caught me. The Nuggets have almost all of the key pieces that we had last year. Jeff Green, I think that veteran leadership can come from somewhere else. I think in a sense, Jokic is he's not a veteran, but he's been through a lot on that team already through the highs and lows that some franchises take years to go through. But DeAndre Jordan obviously is still there. He's older. He's a vet. Jeff Green's going to be easier to replace than Bruce Brown will be
On court.
um, on the court. Yeah, without a doubt. Jeff Green gave us great minutes, and he played really well to be an old man. That's
Definitely in
for
the
sure.
playoffs. He played
Yeah,
really
shout
well in
out
the
Jeff
playoffs.
Green. We love you. But I think our younger guys, we do a really good job of developing. You see that even when guys leave the Nuggets and go to different teams. A lot of times Denver is
Yeah,
close to
man.
their
I
ceiling.
mean, RJ
So
Hampton, he's been killing it.
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I really can't stand you. Mason Plumlee, okay?
Yeah.
The best example. But yeah, I have the Nuggets number two. We're gonna win the championship again, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay,
But
okay.
I'm gonna win in 2 games.
Yeah, I mean you have your core four, definitely. You have your all your starters are back. So uh Christian Brown is probably gonna have to take the bulk of the load off the bench a lot more than last year. He played well last year, he just didn't, do like anything crazy because he had other guys to share that load, but now you
I
don't.
think
So
Christian Brown's gonna be good for us, and I guess that's more what I mean. Like Christian Brown plays different than Bruce Brown, but
mhm.
still just as like tenacious and aggressive. So
Yeah,
I
he
think we'll be fine on that front. It's
plays
just
with 100% effort.
whoever's stepping up from there. But
Yeah,
all right, for the third team,
it's the Warriors.
is it the Warriors?
Hmm.
The Warriors, I have number five.
Okay.
Um,
Hard team to rank again. They got Chris Paul.
very hard. Yeah, they got Chris Paul. I think Wiggins will play well. He'll play better than last year. I think he'll play more like the year before.
He'll play more,
You got
period.
you got rid of one of your biggest issues, Jordan Poole.
Did you?
Well, you kept
You
one of your
kept your
biggest
biggest
issues.
issue.
No, but I'm talking about on the court with the turnovers.
Yeah. But
Um,
also your
Steph,
second leading scorer.
yeah, but Andrew Wiggins can step up and do that. I definitely believe that. I've seen it before,
Mhm.
and Steph is still Steph.
Yep.
So me included, forget that because
Always
he's just so
overlook him.
consistently good.
Yeah.
Um, when other people are popping off, then those other people have bad years. Steph is sort of just like right here.
Always great. Yeah.
So number five.
That's fair. I have them at 6, just a little bit lower. I do think the Chris Paul fit is gonna be a bit odd, maybe take a little bit of time.
It'd be weird.
Um, everyone's a little
Hopefully, it's
bit,
not a rush
hopefully.
in LA.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, obviously the Warriors have experience implementing legends into their roster, so
Yeah.
no worry
They
there,
do.
except maybe with Draymond and Chris Paul, that
Mm,
might butt heads like KD and him did, and obviously Jordan Poole caught these hands. But you're right, Steph is still Steph. Everyone's older. Steph is 35. He will be 36 this year. Doesn't play like it, but someone who has been playing like he's older is Clay. So I'd say,
yeah.
can Clay
And Chris Paul's 52.
52, 53, something like that. So he's up
So
there for
Draymond's
sure.
getting old. I mean, they're
Yeah,
getting older, but we said that the year they won.
we did. We
So
said, we it was Raps in 2020 when they were out. So,
yeah,
but then they came back and
revived it. It
they're
was
the
beautiful.
the zombies of the league right now, and they have a couple young dudes who can step up. Kaminga should take on a bigger role this year, especially with Jordan Poole being gone. Moody also,
Also
Kevon
have a great
Moody.
coach.
Yeah, they have a
Top five coach in the league.
top five
Top four.
coach. Yeah, I'd say so. So we'll see. I mean, 5, 6.
Yeah.
I think they'll win the first round at least, no matter where they are. They'll just probably try to avoid the play-in, like a lot of these teams we've mentioned so
Or
far.
perfect.
All right, next up is the Rockets. Not too much to say about the Rockets. I do think they'll be better than last year. They added Freddie, Dylan Brooks, who got ejected 5 minutes into his preseason debut for punching someone in the nuts. They who else they grabbed? They grabbed a couple other vets, Jeff Green. So I think they'll be better. They got Adoka coaching, who maybe not a great role model off the court, but he definitely knows how to play basketball and will probably implement a good system. I think Fred will help Jalen Green develop a lot more. Jabari Smith seems better already from the preseason to his rookie year. So I have them at 13. So I think they'll still be bottom three team, but they'll be a little bit better than last year. They'll at least have some sort of identity. They might even crack 30 wins this year, which would be a win, I
Fair.
think.
Absolutely. I have the Rockets at number 15.
Okay.
So, I like the Rockets. I don't mind the Rockets. The West is tough. I mean, and I feel like we say that every year, and the East is getting tougher,
Mhm.
but the West is tough. I mean, you have juggernauts in the West. You have LeBron, Steph,
Mhm.
KD,
Yeah, all-time
and Devin
greats.
Booker, Jokic. The West is crazy.
Yeah.
Um, I think the team that I was gonna put in 15th, their new player is going to help them be better than the Rockets. Um, so yeah, I have them at
Fair
15. I don't
enough.
have a lot to say about them.
Fair enough. Yeah, we've already touched everything pretty much. All right, next is the Clippers. This
All right.
was a hard one, but you go first.
This was so hard. Um, just really having a moment where I see all the talk in the media, so I think maybe those players are gonna play most of the year. But then again, I don't believe it. I don't think they're going to.
Mhm.
I have the Clippers at number 9, maybe a little lower than some people, but I this is how I've felt about the Clippers for a long time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's all. I d-
We
I
know
don't
who
have a
they
lot to
are.
say. Yeah.
They're so much like the Mavericks, kind of. They're such a prove it team. Like we know
Hmm.
your potential, but you have to play. You have to prove that you can do it. I have them low too. I couldn't drop them out of the playoffs completely just because when they do play together, which isn't a lot, Paul George and Kawhi are top X duo in the league, right?
You have them at 6 or 7?
I have them. I haven't said yet.
Well, let's hear it.
I have them at 7. But that was like the Clippers through the team I had below the Mavericks. Like it was so hard to rank all of them because health and like how will they actually play? It was all up in the air. So uh that's where I have them right now. You know, we know the personnel. Nothing crazy. They brought
Hmm.
back Russ. They might trade for Harden. We'll see. Who knows?
I was really in between 8 or 9,
Hmm.
so they could have gone either way for me. But yeah, sevens makes sense. All right,
Cool.
bro. The Lakers.
This is a team that I'm actually kind of high on this year. I'm not gonna lie. I
Not
Here's what I think. Here's kind of my main reason behind this. LeBron James was very healthy throughout his whole first 4/5 of his career. Hasn't played as much in LA. He's older, you know, whatever, groin injuries, stuff like that. But he has a chance this season to make 20 consecutive All NBA teams, and I think he's going to want to do that. And the threshold to do that is you have to play 66 games now. So I think he's going to play 67. And I think the Lakers are going to be really good during that time. They also got a better roster. They brought back their best additions. Austin Reeves took a big step in the playoffs last year. I think he'll be good again this year. Not all-star or anything like that, but a solid role player. Rui, solid role player. D'Lo, we'll see. They got Gabe Vincent, which I think is a sneaky signing that's going to be really good for them. Christian Wood, like you said, Jackson Hayes too. So they just like overall are a much better team than they have in the last couple of years. I have them as a 3 seed.
mhm.
I think they'll be up there.
Oh, that hurt my heart.
Really?
That is way high. Oh my goodness. Hey, whatever. Um, yeah. I mean, I understand, I guess. I could see it. If everything goes right.
Yeah.
If Austin Reeves is still good, because he was good last year. So if he's still good, yeah. If AD stays healthy,
I didn't even mention AD
okay.
because
If
he's
if
such a
AD
wild
stays
card.
healthy, it's a big if too.
Yeah.
And if LeBron does want to do that, and he doesn't push his body too hard, and then
Mhm.
actually gets injured.
Yeah.
A lot of ifs. If D'Lo plays better, if Gabe Vincent fits on the team,
Gabe
I don't
Vincent will
have
fit.
I don't have the like. I mean, I'm not as high on Austin Reeves as the rest of the world. I guess that's must just be on me. Um, I have them at number 8.
Wow. Really? That
Yeah.
is crazy. They were
No,
7 last year.
what's crazy is if when you hear my number 7, that's gonna put you over the top.
They were 7 last year. Can I guess what your 7 is right now?
Do it.
OKC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It
Um,
sure is.
they were 7 last year, and they basically spent the first 2/3 of the season hating each other in the locker room. And they were bad. And then they finished really strong, and AD looked really good. And AD's looking good so far in the preseason. I mean, it's just preseason, but whatever you want to
I,
take out of that,
that one I could be completely wrong on. I'll admit
we'll
that.
see.
That
We'll
one
see.
they may be at number 3, but I see them falling at 8. All
Okay.
right.
Next
Who's
is
next?
Memphis Grizzlies.
Memphis. Lot lower than they were at the beginning of last year. That's
Yeah,
for
they've
sure.
been. But before we get into this, Memphis is the only team in the West that has won 50 or more games in the last 2 seasons.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
It makes me rethink my ranking, but I still think I'm correct. Um, I have Memphis at number 10.
Wow. Dang,
Yeah,
they were 2 last year.
yeah, I see a big fall off though.
I see a fall off, definitely. I mean, Jaw's not playing the first
I,
25 games.
I see a large fall off because the rest of these teams in the West, out of the competitors, either stayed the same or got better.
You don't
The
think Memphis
Grizzlies,
got better minus the Jaw suspension?
I mean, who did they get?
They brought Marcus Smart in for Dylan Brooks, and they
Who else?
also brought in Derrick Rose. And then who was they picked up a third vet too, who I thought was a good fit. Let me check. But
I
you cook
I
while I check.
forgot I forgot that they got Marcus Smart,
Hmm.
to be fair. But I'm gonna stand by what I said. I think Marcus Smart is good, but I think there's a lot of issues still in that locker room. They tried to clean them up, and they got rid of probably one of the main antagonists,
Oh
which is
yeah.
Dylan Brooks. But what Ja has gone through is an identity crisis. So we'll
Yeah.
see if he's out of that after his suspension,
We'll
and
see.
then I could see them being higher.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like the Grizzlies. They have good people on that team. But if you side by side any of these other 7, 8, 9,
Hmm.
9 teams I have, the Grizzlies aren't better in my opinion.
That's fair. Luke Cornett was the other, not Luke
Oh
Cornett.
yeah,
Luke Kennard was the
I
other
like
guy.
Luke Kennard.
Um, I will say, did I already go? No, you went
Yeah,
first, right? No, you went
no, you
first. This
already
man's
went.
trying to
It's
talk
my
me out
turn.
of. I hate this
I'm
guy.
hungry.
I'll be quick. I have them at 5, so I think they'll fall off a bit. But here's the thing, man.
We're a little different in the West.
When Ja plays, he's one of the best players in the NBA by like a bullet. He's so good, man. Obviously, off court has changed people's perception of him quite a bit over the last 8 months, but I
I
think he'll be
love
back.
watching him play.
Yeah, I think he'll be chill with that. I sure hope at least he'll be chill with the off-court stuff. Bringing in Derrick Rose to mentor him is a good move, and Marcus Smart I think will help a lot. So you don't have Dylan Brooks going 3 for 15 anymore. Now you have Marcus Smart going 4 for 15, but at least he plays defense. So I think they'll be the 5 seed.
I mean, Dylan Brooks plays a version of defense.
Yeah, not defense. All right.
Grayson Allen defense.
Yeah, for real. That's what I was just thinking. Grayson Allen
All
was
right.
on the Grizzlies for a little bit. You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Before the Mike Conley trade. Next is the Timberwolves. So this was another one that I was like, are the Timberwolves good? Like, how good are they?
I
Remember
had the same
last year?
question.
Yeah.
I decided they weren't. Yeah.
Well, remember last year, Kyle Anderson and Rudy Gobert were getting into fist fights on the
I didn't.
bench.
Yeah.
Jalen, oh, help me out. What's his name? McDaniels was punching the wall, breaking his hand, missing time. Like this team has a lot of issues, but Karl Anthony Towns only played, I think it was 31 games last year. And I had him on fantasy, so that was fun.
I'm
And
gonna
in
be
that
honest.
time, what?
I definitely am wrong about where I put the T-Wolves because I forgot about Anthony Edwards.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say in that time, Anthony Edwards ascended to um, borderline superstar, someone who I definitely will believe and continue to get better and better, I think, until he's a top 10 player in the league. Could be this year, could not. We'll see. Rudy Gobert, still a bad fit. And of course, they're paying their three centers a lot. But having said all that, I do have them missing the play-in tournament. Barely. I have them at 11. It's so tight in that little 7 through 11 race. I could see any team being any of those numbers, really. But I just had to have someone miss, and it's the Timberwolves for me because I don't believe in their coach. I don't believe in their system. I don't believe in anyone except for Anthony Edwards on that team, pretty much.
I have them as 13. I could probably move them to 12 now that I remember Anthony Edwards, but I have them as
They were good
13.
last. I mean, they were fine last year. They made the
They were
playoffs.
fine.
The last two
Here's the
years, they
issue,
made the
bro.
playoffs.
These are the best basketball players in the world. We know that. We can see any of them do amazing things on any given night. But as far as a team and who's better, I think there are at least 10 teams better than the Timberwolves. So,
Yeah, fair.
all right, who's next?
Pelicans.
Pelicans. I have them at 11.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think that makes sense.
Yeah, I have them at 11. Zion's health, Brandon Ingram's health.
It's another
We'll
prove it
see.
team.
Brandon Ingram can be one of the best, or if not the best shooter in the NBA on any given night. He can also be J.R. Smith on any given night. So, just I don't even know if he's streaky as much as it is injury prone, and then getting back to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I really don't want to talk about the Pelicans that much. I don't have a lot to say about the Pelicans,
All
but
right.
that
I'll
that's where
talk
I
about
have
the
them.
Pelicans then. I have them 9, a little bit higher. Like I've been saying, any team could be any of these spots, but I put them 9 just because, like you're saying, if they play, they're good. Like when Zion was playing last year, they were the 1 seed,
Mm-hmm.
but then he didn't play for the last 2/3 of the season, and BI didn't play for about half of the season. So if they're playing, they're good. If they're not, they're not. And they've been a playing team the last 3 years as a result of that. And I think they'll be right back there again because they didn't make any
Fair.
major changes. So that's all I'll say about the Pelicans. But next is the Thunder. I think they were like the sweetheart team of the NBA last year, and everyone's high on them. I'm high on them. I do think that the West is really tough though. But I want to give them, especially Shea and Gideon and those guys, their
Jay,
flowers.
bro. Yeah.
I have them as the 8 seed. I think
All
they'll
right.
make the playoffs this year, like one step in that process to be
Mm-hmm.
contenders. Everyone knows pretty much everything there is about the Thunder. Great young players, super fun to watch. That's all I'll say.
I have him number 7 for Chet. I think he'll. I don't. I've gone so back and forth on Chet. At one point, I said he was going to be a bust.
At one point, you
Um,
said you were glad he got injured. Yeah, we didn't forget.
That doesn't sound right.
Big hater energy.
Well, now I have his rookie auto card.
So
So
that's why.
I want him to have a really good year. But also I think they will. I think he'll be a key link and that was
Yeah,
missing.
he's what they're
And
missing for sure.
he brings a little, even though he's like a scrawny dude, he brings a bit of toughness
He does. He's
that some
surprisingly
of the
like
Thunder don't
he's
have.
got that juice to
So
him.
he's got a little grit, which is
Yeah,
cool. And I think Josh Giddey has a little grit, and
yeah.
Shays
And
can finesse
obviously
anybody.
Lou
So
Dort.
yeah, Lou Dort, good defensive player. I think they have all the right pieces. If they can
Uh-huh.
come together, I definitely see them maybe even winning a first round.
Yeah,
But
maybe. They
I
definitely
don't
have
know,
that
Kevin.
potential. I think the older they get, the better they'll be. It's as simple as that. This is the year to make that little jump into the first round. Next up is Phoenix Suns, where you have the Suns,
Number one.
number one.
Really didn't want to do it. You've heard me during playoff games how I talk about the Suns, but Suns are good, man. Suns are great. Suns have amazing players on their team.
Three of the best
Um,
scorers.
yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're doing, but I, if anybody's gonna give the Nuggets a run for that number one seed, it's gonna be the Suns.
Yeah.
I think the Suns will play really well this year, and I think they made a good move in getting rid of who they got rid of and keeping who they kept.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. They got
yeah,
a lot
uh,
of really good players on the minimum deal because
mm,
obviously people want a chance to win a championship. And if you have three all NBA guys, you have that chance. Devin Booker, um, just gets better and better, man. Like really, I know you're not a fan of Booker, but he's, I think, unquestionably the best shooting guard in the league right now. And then you have Kevin Durant, who's a top whatever player of all time, top 15, whatever. Bradley Beal, who was a 30 point per game scorer, who just kind of got forgotten about, will probably be revitalized, ready to play.
I think
Then a
Bradley
lot
Beal
of,
can be that difference maker. I love
yeah,
Bradley Beal, and
he's
he's finally in a position to win something,
finally, yeah.
brother.
He's obviously not
Oh
had
my
a
goodness.
ton of playoff experience, and the playoff experience he did have, he didn't perform great. But this is a different role for him. He's not going to be the number one scorer. He's going to be probably
He's a
three.
different person now.
Yeah,
That was
he's
years ago.
older. Yeah, he's in his
You know,
30s now. He hasn't
he's
been
a
in the
different
playoffs in
person.
years.
Yeah.
So
So I
I,
think we'll see some K Love energy like revitalize.
yeah, can I
I don't
say
know.
where I have them? Or are you gonna keep talking?
Shut your mouth.
I have the Suns number two. The only reason I don't think they'll be above the Nuggets is because KD is probably going to miss 25 or so games, and the other guys will probably miss a little bit too, and they probably won't care as much about getting that one seed just as long as they got some sort of home court advantage when it comes down to it. All
Yeah.
right. Anything else?
Nope.
Cool. Next is the Trailblazers. I have them. Wait, is my turn? Yeah, it's my turn.
Yeah.
I have them 14. Um, I thought Malcolm Brogdon was going to be injured to start the season, and that was like the whole point in the Celtics trading him away. But now he's playing in the preseason, so I guess not. Having said that, they got a nice little squad, man. I'm not gonna lie. They have a lot of good young dudes. Scoot, I think, is for real. Um, Shaden Sharp gonna be a great sophomore season. They do have Jeremy Grant still, who got a crazy deal, and then they picked up Aiden and Brogdon and a few more guys in the Dame trade. I think they'll probably end up shipping away at least one of those vets, and Jeremy Grant or Brogdon, probably Brogdon because his
Hmm.
contract's smaller. But they'll be good, but they won't be good. You know what I mean? Like they'll
Yeah.
be good for a young team, but they're not trying to win right now. I have them 14. I could see them being 15th too. We'll see. We'll say 14 for now.
I have them at number 12.
Okay.
I think you know how high I am on Scoot. I think Scoot's gonna be really good. Maybe rookie of the year this year. He's gonna bring a different energy to that team that I think
Yeah.
is necessary and needed. And he's probably easier for some of the young guys to follow, as great as Dame is. I think they'll be 12. Not like great, but I think they'll be decent.
Yeah, I did forget to mention Anthony Simons as well, who is a good player, man. And now that Dame's gone, he'll have a little bit more burn. We'll see what he becomes. He's an older young guy, but he's like 24, I think. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. Um, Next
But
is
Sacramento,
Sacramento.
nice. I got Sacramento at number 3.
Okay.
I don't see any real fall off from Sacramento this year. I think Sacramento fan base is gonna like propel them almost like the Nuggets fan base has. Just that continual support. When
Loyal
there's
fans,
like,
man.
yeah, dude, when there's people like that who have been through what Kings fans have had to go through, I respect those people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I love De'Aaron Fox. Talk about like top 3 guard, top 5 guard. I mean, De'Aaron Fox is really good and underrated. He's very clutch. Sabonis is great. I think he led the league in double doubles last year.
Yeah. I think so.
And then they have pieces around them that are really good too.
Hmm.
Malik Monk's still there.
Yep. Herder.
Herder. Harrison Barnes
Yeah, they
is
brought back Harrison
yeah.
Barnes, Keegan Murray, going
It's
into his
basically the
sophomore
same
year.
team with 1 year of experience under their belt now. A
Exactly.
lot of those guys were super young and still are. So
Yeah.
it's a younger team, but they're good. They're
Yeah.
fast. They're quick. They can shoot.
Yeah. And they're healthy because they're
Mhm,
young, right? A
mhm.
lot of these older teams we've been talking about, it comes down to injuries. This team doesn't, have that same concern. At least they haven't so far. Sabonis did play with a broken finger for like half the year, but he played through it. And yeah, to your point, I don't see any reason why they'd be worse than last year. I do have them 4 just because like Um, I think they don't have that element of surprise so much that they did before. They might lose a couple more games, but they'll still be up there. Not too much to say. They're basically the same team. Great coach, great system, fun, so fun to watch. Yeah, that's Sacramento.
Great.
Next is the Spurs. So I have the Spurs as 15. I could see them being, 12, 13 maybe, but I besides Wimby, they didn't get anybody to improve, and they were terrible last year. They won 17 games. So I think Wimby is a good player. Could definitely be rookie of the year. Will be really good throughout his career if he stays healthy. But I don't think he'll bring like a crazy impact right away and take them from 17 to 30 wins. So I'll just tell them 15 for now.
I have them at 14, a little better than the Rockets, but not by much. And I don't see them having potential to be above 13 at all. I think Wemby is going to be good, not great, not as good as people think he's going to be, and definitely not the next LeBron, as some of the commentators said. Just wild. Um, Utah Jazz,
Yep. Final team.
final team. I have the Jazz at number 4. I really like the Jazz.
Whoa.
I don't like the Jazz like as a fan, but just from a third person perspective, I think
Their
the Jazz are
roster
going to
right
be
now.
good this year. I think Jordan Clarkson is really good. Um, I think Laurie obviously is amazing. If they would just get rid of Kelly Olynyk, they would be number
I
one.
heard they're
Just
trying to
straight.
ship him out.
But yeah, I would too.
Yeah. They're
Um,
trying to invest in Walker more,
the
which is
Jazz are good. Colin Sexton. I mean, it's a good team.
it's a
It's a
good
good
team.
team.
It's a young
Walker
team.
Kessler.
Yeah, they're trying to invest in their youth a little bit more from what I'm hearing, shipping out. Obviously, they shipped out like Mike Conley and some more vets at the deadline last year, trying to ship out Kelly Olynyk and maybe some other dudes here, which is why I have them lower than last year. They started 10-3 last season, which is like
They're
I
not.
remember that
Yeah.
now that I saw that stat, but like they were on fire to begin the season. Definitely don't see them repeating that. I have them low just because I don't think they're trying to like contend right now, right? I don't think they're trying to make a
Mhm.
push, and some teams just got to be worse than others. So I have them 12th. I don't feel great about it. I think they could be better, definitely, but these other teams are just so
12.
good. Yeah, man. I mean, they don't have a point guard.
I think you missed.
I could have.
I
I
think
I
you missed.
love Lauri Markkanen, man. You know that. I'm probably the biggest Lauri Markkanen fan in the
You
world.
know how many games they lost by like 2 or less points last year to great teams. They
No,
lost
I don't. How many?
so many games.
Do
I
you know?
think six. I think six. I
Okay.
totally just made that up. But six sounds really good.
Yeah, I didn't think
I
you
think it
knew
was
what you were
6 or
saying.
7.
Nah, I mean, I think that they're a good team. I just don't think they're up there with some of the other dudes in the West. Crazy
Fair
that
enough.
you had them 4 though. Like, I think that was a wild hot take. Okay,
I think 12 is a hot take.
run through your 15 because this
All
is
right.
we're very different on the West.
Yeah, I mean, I got the Suns number 1, the Nuggets number 2, the Kings, the Jazz, the Warriors, the Mavericks, the Thunder, and then I switched these on the spot. So let me see if I remember. I think I have the Lakers 8 and the Clippers 9, the Pelicans 10, and the Grizzlies 11, or the Grizzlies 10. And
You
then
had
the
the Grizzlies
Trailblazers.
10.
Yeah, and then the Trailblazers, the Timberwolves, the Spurs, and the
So you
Rockets.
had the Jazz 6 teams better than the Grizzlies.
Hey, what can I say?
Dang, bro. All right. I got the Nuggets 1, then the Suns, the Lakers, the Kings, the Grizzlies, the Warriors, the Clippers, the Thunder, the Pelicans, the Mavericks, the Timberwolves, the Jazz, Rockets, Blazers, and Spurs to round it out. Y'all let us know whose list is more realistic. I know this was a long episode. We might end up dropping it in 2 parts because
We probably will, and then we'll put a short out with just like our ranking after,
I'm gonna
maybe.
try to milk like 5 shorts out of this one, bro. You know how long we've been here?
Yeah,
Been
I
doing this
do,
for
because I
2 hours.
already asked how long, and I said probably like an hour, because it's usually like an hour or less. But anyway,
Hey, we appreciate y'all watching this.
yeah,
If you watched it to the end, you're the GOAT. Please comment. If you watched it till this moment right now, comment GOAT so that we know.
yeah, we'll have a giveaway.
He'll have a giveaway.
Comment, like, subscribe. Have a good night. Go Nuggets. It's basketball season,
It's
baby.
basketball season.